Hey, it's time to Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Wednesday, and today is Dish with D's Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss. This is the day that I pick a topic that I think is important to talk about. Saturday is my WW topic of the week, and that's their topic. But I like to talk about things that I feel important. As a person who's been on a weight loss journey for quite a long time, people ask me different times for advice and suggestions. By all means, I'm not saying it's right for you what I say. This is what's worked for me. And sometimes it resonates and sometimes it doesn't. What I like that it does, it opens up conversation. And I think that is a huge thing. So for today's Wednesday Wisdom, now we're going back to, since Weight Watchers is updated, ain't nothing to talk about there. I'm going to finish the viewer's choice. That is, you guys, in the bottom of this video, if you write something you want me to dish about next Wednesday, I will talk about it. Now, I have a couple from Ms. Meltaway that I've put off, and I apologize. And if I missed yours, again, I apologize. It's been quite the busy 3 weeks. It's been insane here. Dish with D, that's all I'm going to say. Good insane, but insane. So leave your comment down below if there's something you want me. I do rapid fire, and I just pick little things that people want advice on or ask about. It's kind of like, like asked, what was her name? God, it was Dear Abby. Ask Dear D. So it's just like, like I said, is it going to be right? Is it going to be wrong? It's just my opinion. And this is my opinions channel. But you also have your right to your opinion. Everybody does. Everybody's journey is a little bit different. The same, yet a little bit different. But she asked, how do you, when the pounds don't come off consistently, what about, is there a reason that they don't come off consistently? And, she's like, how do you keep that mindset when you don't lose every week? Well, for me, again, I can only give my life. I don't think you're going to lose every week. Maybe in the beginning when you're at your heaviest, you might see losses, not huge losses, but, pound and a half to 2 pounds, possibly if you're following the plan as it's written. As we all know, we all don't do that, but that's okay. You follow it how you follow it. And if you're happy with the results, that's all that counts. So yeah, you consistently in the beginning of your journey, you're losing pretty much every week. And then all of a sudden you hit that plateau. That plateau is hard because you've done the same thing all week and you don't see the scale move. Does that mean the week was bad? No. Does it mean you did something wrong? No. It just means at some point your body doesn't want to lose. Like your body's, as unhealthy as it is, your body's happy being heavy. It's what it knows. So it kind of fights back a little bit, and you have to just keep with the program. Maybe, you could add a little bit of more activity, or like Weight Watchers also suggest going up and down in points. Like my leader, I went to this leader Monday, today's Wednesday, and she said something I haven't heard I shouldn't say that. A few leaders have said it, but she really ran it home, that sometimes when you're at a plateau, it's good to go up in points, down in points, up in points, down in points. And if your points are 23, maybe tomorrow have a 28-point day, 29-point day. Then the next day have a 20-point day or an 18-point day. And we have 0-point food, so we're not going to starve. But it's something that you're just doing just to, change your body's metabolism. Your body gets used to certain things. It's like, yeah. And if you're consistently with hitting that same mark, I tend to go, I'm not usually too consistent in hitting that. I'm generally in the general vicinity, mostly over. But maybe some days I should go under. It just helps rev your metabolism, because your metabolism gets used to what you're eating. And I also will say, the less you have to lose, the less you're going to see weekly losses. You're just not. Your body's not going to always give you a loss every week. It just isn't. It's a little bit, it's ill for me to sit there and say, yes, even though you have 10 pounds, you should see a loss every week. I don't think you should. It's always been my experience that last 10 pounds are the hardest. But yes, mindset. How do you not fall into the mindset of, I'm not losing? How do I stay motivated? Because you look for non-scale victories. It's always important to take pictures. Before pictures, middle pictures, and then when you're done pictures. It's also important to take measurements, because you might not be losing pounds, but you might be losing inches. And if you're a person that works out a lot or does any kind of formal exercise, you're going to see like your body weight shifts a little bit. So it's so important to be able to go in and take those measurements every so often. You'll see more change in those than you almost will in pictures at a time, because sometimes photos, it just doesn't always show up. But the tape measure is a tape measure. It's going to, even if it goes down a little bit, it's going down. And that scale is just not the be all end all of your journey. That's a hard one, because that's where we look for our pat on the back. I've put the work in. Now that scale's going to reward me. And most times it doesn't. I'm going to be honest with you. Most times it doesn't. And you have to get on, like when I get on this scale, I did the best week I could. And the scale's going to say what the scale's going to say. I had a lady in my group. She said, the scale will not define me. The scale will guide me. So she wouldn't you can't let that number paralyze you, because you could have the best week and you could felt like, you were a rock star. You were point on point. Like you did everything right. And the scale goes up. It's like, you can't let that deter you, because that doesn't mean you've gained weight. It just means that's what you weigh right there. I say it all the time. Weight is a variable. It's never the same. You can get weighed different times. So that's why if you're having trouble with that, I don't normally suggest this, but I think it's working for a few people, get weighed every day. And then divide that by the number of days you get weighed. Like if it's 6 days, divide it by 6. If it's 7 days, divide it by 7, and get the average weight. And that is your weight for that week. Because sometimes you have a day that you're getting weighed. It just is the day you happen to, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those things, like I don't like getting weighed every day, but I did a little test just to see if I see progress, or I see the pattern. And you will see a pattern. You'll be like, what? It's up. How am I up? I was really good. There's no rhyme or reason. I can't sit there and give you a scientific answer, because there is none. Your body's made up of lots of things. It's made up of muscle. It's made up of fat. It's made up of water. So different types of water will show up at different times. So, you have to know, if you've done everything you could, be proud of that week. And sometimes I've had a lady go in there and she doesn't look at her book, her weigh-in. She says, no, because it's not about that. And for a lot of people, it's not about the number on the scale. It's about they've made the best choices. They've gotten healthy. And healthy doesn't necessarily mean a number on the scale. That's a big one. Don't define your weight loss by the number on the scale or the size of your tag. That doesn't define your health. You know what you're eating, and you're doing the best you can. I mean, there's excuses for people who sit there, well, I'm doing the best I can. I can only get lean cuisines. I get that if you're not a person that likes to prepare food in the kitchen. I will tell you, you get more food when you prepare your own food. You do. Those lean cuisines are high in sodium. There's the food is just, I mean, I get it if that's all you can do, but I would say try to find another option. Even if you get somebody that does it from their home, a cooking service, and there's better cooking services out there than there used to be. And the stuff is fresher. You get more vegetables. You get better protein. And that's important. Like, do you ever see the chicken you get in a lean cuisine? It's kind of like mystery meat sometimes. But, you have to put yourself first. You have to come first. Because a better you makes it better for everyone around you. That's a big one. I think I covered you, Ms. Meltaway. If I didn't, write it again if I missed something. But what we're also going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a food scale. I was asked, I can't remember who asked me that. Susie, I think it was Suzanne that said, you really should show how to use a food scale. I'm going to show you how to use a food scale on the next clip. And then the next clip, I'm going to show you how to toggle what you eat, how to look up something in the WW app and toggle it to a different measurement. Like, it'll give you the most common one. Like, I did oats, and oats comes up in cups. Well, I'm going to show you how to shove it, how to put it in grams right on your app. And that's how you determine, that's how I get my 0 point amounts of food, because I get in grams and I go to the 0 point amount. And that's what I use for some things. And it works for me, and it might work for you. And I show you where the nutritional information is, because a lot of people don't know that there's nutritional information on the Weight Watchers app for everything. So yeah, so if you're a person that wants to count calories as well, you can do it on a pen and paper. You see it, I show you where it is. You just count it up for the day. If you want to count protein, it's there. If you want to count fat, it's there. Everything is there. We just They don't do it for us. They're a point system. I don't think they'll ever do it for us, but it is there. I was going to do a little bit on the diabetic plan, but I don't have enough information on that, so I feel that I can't give it the justice I want. Only thing I will say is when you toggle the diabetic, it's right on the settings. It takes away your fruit, and it takes away, I think it was yogurt. Don't quote me on that, because I looked, I did write it down, didn't I? No, I didn't. I started to, but I couldn't find out enough information. I know it takes away fruit. And I thought it was going to change the points of certain foods like that are high in carbs, like breads and oats, but it doesn't. So they're the same points, I believe. And I got 28 points a day instead of 23 on the diabetic plan. So it gave me 5 more points. So, and all it took away was fruit. And I think it was yogurt, maybe. Beans were still there, which I didn't think they were, but beans were still there. I think it was yogurt. And honestly, giving me 5 points for fruit and yogurt probably would be enough if I wanted 28 points a day. But I'm good. So if you're a person that needs to see 28 points, maybe you should try the diabetic option. Like I said, your points aren't different I thought they would be, unless I've missed it. But if they are, let me know. Like I said, I don't know much about it, so I'm definitely putting that out there. I don't know much about it. I am researching it as we speak, but I didn't have enough to put it in the video, so I just wanted to mention it. So it'll be in next week's Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss. I will have hopefully a little bit more information on the diabetic plan, because I couldn't find also where you attach those other diabetic apps. Like if you have an app that you test your sugars on, it's supposed to know that. It's supposed to so I didn't see that. So I don't know why, but I didn't see that. Unless it's not there yet. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. Before you even ask, I don't know. So, but I'm hopefully we'll know more next Wednesday. So that will be definitely topic of next week's Wednesday Wisdom will be, because I have a lot of people ask me about the diabetic plan, and I feel bad because I don't know enough. I don't work for WW. Let's not forget that. I am a girl on a journey with you, trying to lose the last 10 pounds again. I have lost this 10 pounds prior, just so you know. I lost it, and then COVID hit, and I got under. I was way under. I was probably 5 pounds under goal during COVID, and then when things started opening up, so did my waistline. How weird is that? When I have to go back to weigh-in is when I was up. I know. There's no rhyme or reason. So I'm going to run those clips, and then we'll come back. I was asked to demonstrate how I use a food scale, or how to use a food scale. I thought it was a great idea, so here we go. This is the Oziri scale that I have. I have listed on my Amazon store. I will link it, if I remember, in the bottom of this video. So if you wanted, this is like the really simple, affordable scale. They have much more higher tech ones if you choose. So what we always do is we put our scale on, and that's how it goes on, the tar button. So it's at the last thing you weighed, and I weighed in pounds. So we're going to, this is how you change your weight. You want to weigh in pounds and ounces. You want to weigh in ounces. You want to weigh in milliliters. You want to weigh in grams. So that is the settings. Most people either, in my opinion, use pounds and ounces or grams. So see the little G up there? That is how you measure in grams. So I'm going to show you how to measure something in grams. All right, we're going to measure bugles. This is the only bag I have open. The boys are bugle people. So I feel this is a great way to show you because I don't have any chips open. So bugles, so you go to the nutritional information and it says 28 servings per container. Serving size is 1.5 cups or 30 grams. 9 out of 10, you're always going to see the grams listed on anything. It is much more accurate to weigh it in grams versus the 1 1/3 cup for 150 calories. So I am going to show you how to weigh out 30 grams of bugles, because that's all I have to have around. Pretty sad, isn't it? All right, our scale is still on. So we put our bowl on top. Now it's going to weigh the bowl, obviously. So it's 305 grams, but we need to tar it, which brings it to 0, because we're only going to measure now what we put into this bowl. All right, we're going to start putting our bugles in. You'll see it start going up. And some of these are crushed, so you really wouldn't know how to measure them anyway. All right, we have 29, 30. There is your 30 grams of bugles. Does that look like a third, 1 1/3 cups? I don't know, it's a little bit shy. So maybe we should we, if you wanted to, you could sit there and see, but grams is the most accurate way to get the accurate. If you're really a points person that wants it to the point, then you want to measure in grams. So that is the quick little gram measuring, or even weighing measuring demo for you. And then if you needed to add something else to this, here's another tip. Say you want to add something else. So you tar it, brings it to 0, and then you have to measure something that's 10 grams. So you would just, I'm going to use bugles as an example, but you would put, like, say you want to put nuts or something. So you would just go like this and get to 10 more grams. So you absolutely could use your scale to measure your bowl. 9. So 10, there we go. So that is how you do that. So you absolutely could keep adding, tarring, and adding the next ingredient and measuring it. So it's definitely the way to go. All right, let's show you how I figure out points for things and how I toggle. So we go to our Weight Watchers app. If I can only find it. Here it is. So let's say you want to make oats. That's the first thing I can think of. Uncooked rolled oats. Let's hit that. So see, it comes up 1/2 cup is 3 points. Well, if you hit the 1/2 cup like that, you could change the cups to ounces, to teaspoons, to tablespoons, to pounds, and to grams. The most accurate way that people do say is grams. And I've been weighing a lot more in grams. You need a food scale, yes. But that is how you change your toggles. And so you go to grams. So we don't know how many grams, so we just slide this up, how many grams, and you will see if you go up a little bit, it'll change the points. See, 36 grams is 3 points. So actually, I always try to go to as much as I can get. If I decide to have 3 points of oats, how much can I get in grams for 3 points? I keep going up until it changes to 4. So 44 is 4 points, so I go to 43 grams for 3 points. So that is how I stretch the limits. People ask me all the time, how do you, they give it to you. I'm not really cheating or anything. You do get 43 grams for 3 points. So that is how I figure things out. Now, here's also a little trick. Now, you just slide this up, keep sliding, scroll down, and here it gives you the calories, the fat, all your nutritional information is here on your app. So if you want to track calories, there it is. You just write it down and you can track it through the day. You want to track protein? There it is. You can track it through the day. Weight Watchers gives it to us. It just doesn't collectively track it. But you can on your own with a pen and paper. If that's too daunting, but I just needed to show you a lot of times where all the nutritional information is. So it is right here for us. They should be able to tabulate all that, but they choose not to because basically they're a points-based system. So yeah, but everything is always there. So we just go up here and we go back. I always, like I said, it always revert to cups. It doesn't stay in grams because that's what you chose last. It always reverts back to what it originally was. So it's not like, if I start changing it, was it going to mess everything up? No, it always reverts to the most popular, which is always going to be cups. So that is how I do. Now, if you also wanted to save that, you hit the little save up here and it saves your settings for stuff like that. So, the save, works for, you can also save meals and stuff when you track things. If you have something like every day, let's see if we can figure that out. Because I haven't done it for a while. So I always, this is under create a meal. And you could name your meal overnight oats. Now you have, I have the same overnight oats pretty much every day. My oats are always 4 points. I know you could add what's in the meal item. You could add the oats. Let's see, uncooked rolled oats. So see, it's going to give you the point. It's going to start adding the points the more you add ingredients. So, and then by the time you, like, we want to add another one, we want to add, what do I add? Premier protein. I know. P. Could I spell it? I should have my glasses on. Premier protein shake. Let's grab the vanilla. So I don't have a whole shake because it's way too much. So I go to cups, and I usually have a point's worth. So whatever a point's worth is what I have. Okay, 3/4 of a cup is 1 point. I add ingredients. So that is how I come up with my overnight oats. So I hit create. So now I only have to put in overnight oats. It's going to give me 4 points. And of course, I save it as a favor because you know it is. You could always go in. There's an edit to the left. You could always edit it if you decide, oh, I want to start adding this to my oatmeal. And you can just put that in there. But it's just really easy to save certain things that you have regularly. It saves a lot of tracking. If you're not a tracker, those are shortcuts. So that is how I do that. So I hope that helped show you how to get to grams and nutritional information. So it's pretty simple, and it's there for every food. Even when you scan something, you just have to scroll down and you'll get your nutritional information. So like I said, if you want to keep tabs on certain things, you absolutely can. The capability is there, but you have to manually do it. They give you the information, they just don't do the work for you. So if that's something that's important to you, then I highly suggest that you do that. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this week's Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss. Like I said, if you have something you want me to rapid fire next week, leave it down in the comment section below. I will hit it. It is viewer's choice through the month of December, because we have Vlogmas coming, and I've done Vlogmas in the last 2 years, so it's only 2 more videos a week. Actually, it's not that bad for me. I film 5, so what's 2 more? What's 2 more? We could just spend time together. It's always a fun thing. So again, leave it in the comment section below. If you have a question about anything I showed you, please let me know. If you have, like I said, an idea you want me to show, leave it down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, join us here at Dish with D. Hit that subscribe button. Join us here in the community of waist watching warriors. You can follow any plan you choose. It's not up to me what plan you choose. It's whatever works for you. I do Weight Watchers. Whatever you work. If you even do keto, I don't care. It's not my weight loss journey. It's yours. So whatever you do, you can be part of this community. Here we share weight loss tips, tricks, and what gets us through the day. Because sometimes we get by with a little help from our friends. So have a great day. I hope to see you at live. I go live here tonight and tomorrow night. I'll be here Wednesday and Thursday this week for the Weight Watchers weight loss chit chat. So come join us. You got nothing to lose but a couple pounds, right? We'll dish another day.